Get your timer.
It's on there.
Okay. Hi, I am Sydney Penolver. I am filming a speech about how to apply foundation. This is my demonstrative speech. Here's my audience. Ready? Okay. She's beauty, she's grace, she knows how to apply a great face. Everybody wants flawless skin, and it can be achieved through a little bit of makeup. If you just apply a little bit of makeup, you can have beautiful, even skin. And this doesn't just apply to girls and women. Men can also wear makeup too, because it's something that can help boost your confidence. And you can make yourself look exactly how you want to look every day. And that's a wonderful tool for building confidence. The first step to achieving a perfect face is applying primer. This is the primer that I use. There are many different kinds of primers, and the purpose of primer is to help your makeup last longer. There are many different types of primer. You typically want to choose a primer that will match your skin type. So if you have oily skin, you'll choose a primer that will mattify. That's what I have. And if you have dry skin, you'll choose a primer that will make your skin look more luminous and hydrate your skin. And if you have normal skin, you could do either one, and it will give your makeup a different finish. If you have red skin, you could go for a color correcting primer, which will cancel out the redness and allow you to wear less makeup over top to cover that up, because it'll be color corrected. And the next thing with primer is the way that you apply it. You can apply it with your fingers, and you'll rub it into your skin, and then wait a few minutes so it can sink into your skin, and then that is when you will apply the foundation. So now that your skin is prepped, you will apply foundation. And the foundation is the part of your makeup that will make your skin look even and look good. And like primer, there are also many different kinds of foundations for different skin types. This primer, or this foundation, is actually a BB cream, which is a very light, natural finish, which I prefer, so I can have natural looking skin. And if you want your skin to look more natural, you would choose the foundation that matches your skin type. So if you're oily, again, you would go with the mattifying foundation. If you're more dry, you would go for a more luminous foundation. And next is the application of the foundation. The way that you can apply foundation is with a brush, or you could use a beauty sponge. If you use a brush, it will give your foundation a more full coverage look. So you would apply the foundation, you would put some onto your brush, and then dab it on your skin, and then rub it in. And then with a sponge, you would put the foundation onto your face first with your finger, and then dab it in with the sponge. And the sponge will give a more natural coverage, because before you use the sponge, you wet it, wring it out, and then it helps apply it more naturally, and it spreads everything very evenly. Along with foundation, there's also concealer. And concealer, you can use a concealer that is the same color as your skin to hide any blemishes or spots that you may have. And if you want to highlight spots on your face, you could use a lighter concealer. Most people want to highlight their under eyes, their forehead, their chin, and the bridge of their nose. And that just brings those features forward, and you would use the lighter concealer to bring those features forward, and you would blend it with your sponge. The final step to lock in your makeup is powder. And there are many kinds of powder. There is loose powder, and there's also pressed powder. And loose powder can be applied with either a brush or again a sponge. The sponge again will have a more natural finish. You can dab your sponge into the loose powder and then dab it all over your face, and the sponge will help it melt into your skin. And you can use a brush to apply the loose or the pressed powder. And what the powder does is it keeps your makeup in place for longer. And if you have any oily areas, like your T-zone along the bridge of your nose and your forehead, that's where you would apply the oil or apply the powder so those areas don't get as oily throughout the day. And the last step is setting spray. This helps your makeup all melt into your skin. All of that powder that you just applied, once you apply the setting spray, it will melt into your skin and all look uniform. So you would shake it and then just spray it on your face. And if you follow all of those steps of priming, using foundation, concealer, powder, and setting spray, all of those will help you achieve the look of pretty skin. And all of those things will help you be more confident. Thank you.